Hello guys, so in this video I'm going to teach you a really interesting sort of prediction style card trick. Now this trick was inspired by an old trick by Steve Beam called the Middle Gauge Spread from his book Semi-Automatic Card Tricks Volume 2. Now, in his trick, he used two participants and a selection was made, and in this procedure, the selection was found using this sort of coincidence thing. Now, in my version, in my presentation, I'm just doing it for one person, and I'm presenting it as a prediction or a coincidence effect. Let's get into it. Alright, so what I'll do here is demonstrate the presentation and the effect, and after I do that, of course, I will teach you exactly what I am doing here. Alright, so imagine that I have a volunteer here with me today, and this is how the presentation would go. Alright, so hey, volunteer, I'm glad you're here. I want to try something kind of strange with you today. It has to do with your subconscious mind. Are you willing to help with me with that today? Perfect, awesome, you'll be perfect for this. So what I'll do here is take these cards, and as I mix them like this, just take note of each card and their positions, sort of like memorizing the order of the cards. Have you done that? Perfect, you're awesome. That was incredible. That was really impressive, by the way. All right, why don't you give them a cut too? And they do that, just like this. Now, as you were taking note of each card and memorizing them, I was taking note of just one single card, which I think will be the one for you today. I'll write it down just so we can keep track of it on this piece of paper right here for you, okay? So don't look, turn away, and I'll write this card down, which I think will be the one. Don't look. Top secret stuff here. Yeah, this is my card. Oh yeah, this will be the one right here. Let that dry. All right, so now what I'll do is I'll put this card right here and I won't touch it for the whole time. Now, what you're going to do is as I move my fingers through the deck like this towards each other, you're going to say stop anytime when you get a certain impulse based on your memorization on the cards that you just saw. All right, so as I start, just say stop anytime as I do this. Go. Maybe they say stop right here. Now what I'll do here is put my fingers down on each card that you stopped on. Now you have the choice, if you want to, with either finger or both fingers to move one back or forward. It's up to you. Or you can just stick. It's up to you. Maybe they choose to stick, but they did have a free choice. Now what I'll do here is turn each card they stopped on face up exactly where it is in the spread, just like so. So now we have a 6 and a 9. So what we'll do is we'll count 9 cards this way and 6 cards this way. Now, this might be, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but that might be crazy. We'll count 6 cards over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll pull that forward and we'll get a card from 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No way, dude. It's the same card. Now that could only happen with your expert memorization on this deck. That's incredible. But remember, I told you that I was taking note of just one card. Maybe our subconscious minds were working together, like in sync somehow. Remember, I wrote a card down. I'll show it to you. It says the 7 of spades. Oh man, there's no way. There's no way that's the 7 of spades right there. Why don't you turn it over? Take a look. And of course, it's the 7 of spades. All right, so here is how you do this trick. Now, I don't teach a lot of tricks using a setup deck because most of the time when you're using a rather large setup, the trick itself is not even worth the setup. But in this case, clearly, I think it is worth the setup. So the setup that you need to have is 2 runs of ace through king. The suits don't matter, just the values matter of ace through king, okay? So you have one suit, or I'm sorry, one value, one run of ace through king, the ace being on the face, ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king on the face of the deck, so there's one ace on the bottom. Next you have ace through king on top, the ace being the top card in this case. So it's ace 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, and king. It's easy to remember because you have an ace on top and an ace on bottom. So they're running in reverse order on the top and the bottom. And that's your only setup. The only other thing you'll need is on top of the deck a card in which it will be your prediction card. So in this case, it's the 7 of spades. Okay, so now the presentation is you say, look, we're going to try something using your subconscious mind. Okay, so that's sort of the whole hook behind this. And you say, as I mix these cards, you're going to just take note and memorize the position of each card as I do this. Did you do it? That's fantastic. That's perfect. Now, it's sort of like a joke, like a little gag, but it's kind of funny, and it's you're doing that for two reasons: to show that the cards are mixed, and really it looks like you're mixing the deck, but also it works with the presentation itself because you're trying to get them to take note of all the cards for their subconscious mind, right? So like in the back of their mind, they know where each card is. That's what you're trying to convey here. But this mix is, of course, a false mix. All you're doing is taking bunches of cards like this and turning them face down, and this just preserves the order of the whole deck like this as you do it. So, I mean, it looks like a mix, and the deck looks shuffled too. They will never notice the order of the cards, especially since there's no, the suits don't matter with the runs. Now, after you do that, you invite them to cut the deck if they want to, okay? So, but, I mean, they have to. The deck has to be cut because you want to get the 7 of spades centralized, so the 7 of spades is in between those two runs there. So, as you can see, the 7 of spades is right here, and surrounding it is 13 cards going in opposite directions, ascending, right? So, all the way to the kings here. All right, so now what you're going to do here is turn the deck face down, or keep it face down, and spread the deck like this. Now, you don't want to have like a wide spread like this. I mean, you can if you want to, but I find it's best to start out with a bunch from the bottom, so like they're bunched together at the bottom, and also bunched together at the top. So that's about 13 cards, and that's about 13 cards bunched together. So really, they're only going to select these middle 26 or 27 cards, right? Which is very important for this routine. So the presentation is that you say, look, since you memorized the entire order of the deck and was keeping track of all the cards, I'm going to try to hone in on one card in particular. And here you just write down on like a scrap piece of paper your prediction card, in this case the 7 of spades, but keep it hidden, so excuse me, so they can't see it, all right? And just put it somewhere like this off to the side. Now you start to go into your trick here, and you say, look, as I do this, I'm going to move my fingers towards each other like this, but stop somewhere before they touch in the middle, all right? So as long as you go past those 13 end cards here on both sides, you're good to go, all right? So you might want to start talking before you have them say stop. So look, as I do this, just say stop anytime. And after you say the word time, you've already passed those 13 cards on both sides. So as I do this, just stop anytime. And here, I've already passed those 13 cards on both sides. So no matter where they say stop, you're going to get an important card. So they say stop maybe right here, and you just point them down, really, like for real, no trickery, on the cards that your fingers were above, and say, look, and give them another free choice. Say, do you want me to move up or down with either or both fingers? It's up to you. And they really can, because, the cards you land on don't matter as long as they're a part of that setup, right? So maybe they decide to go one more on this one. So all you do here is turn each card face up exactly where it is in the spread, like this, all right? So now, the way this setup works mathematically is these two cards, their values will always end up on the same card counting towards the center. All right, it's incredible. All right, so we have a 4, so we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put that forward, and we have a 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, no way. And you want to act shocked about this as well, because if you try to convey that you knew this would happen, I think the effect is lost. So you kind of want to put on your acting skills and act surprised about this thing, because like almost as if that wasn't supposed to happen, right? Like almost as if this is a truly astonishing moment. Say, oh my God, no way, that's crazy. And if you really like put this on and act surprised yourself, they'll pick up on that and they will have sort of like, astonishment sympathy. Okay, so like, no way, that's crazy. How did you do that? I didn't mean for that to happen. That's crazy. And then you just turn these face down and then you just pull this forward, gather the deck up, and said, "No way, this can't be. This can't be." Remember, I had one card that I had a feeling about, one card that I honed in on. No way. I said the seven of spades. I don't want to try. There's no way that's the seven of spades, and really like put some suspense on it. Like you can't believe it yourself, right? So turn it over. I don't want to look, and then turn it over. And of course, it's always going to be the seven of spades.